Anyway, so let's get to the Raiders. The team here of Eddie Money, Eduardo, the host.
0-18.
0-18.
Stop.
Let's get
0-18.
I think they split the Chargers. I think they scoop Denver. I think they get scooped by the Chiefs. I'm going to give the Raiders, I'm going to say 9. I'm going to say 9. I'm going to say 9.
That's a win for me.
I'm going to say 9. That's what I'm going to say with the Raiders. I'm going to say 9, possibly 10 to maybe squeeze into a playoff spot.
You can't get into playoffs with 10 wins anymore.
We will see.
You can.
We will see.
Well, I guess if you're in the NFC freaking South,
You got to see, Ed. You have to remember, you have three big teams in the AFC West. The AFC North is going to kill each other. The AFC South is going to have one team probably. So, but let's get
Can I start another rumor?
What is it?
Can we get Hendon Hooker over to Las Vegas? That dude, they just re-signed Goff. That you draft that dude in the 3rd round. It was a ridiculous draft pick. Hendon Hooker.
It wasn't a ridiculous draft pick. It was a great draft pick. It was a protection. The guy, if he would have been healthy and finished healthy, he might have won the Heisman.
100%. He was the favorite.
So he might have won the Heisman if he would have been healthy. You drafted him. You drafted him as a protection for Jared Goff. Jared Goff went out. Now you'll see him. You'll see him now in preseason. If he has a nice preseason, maybe he'll get interest from teams. Hey, we'll give you a 3rd for him. We'll maybe give you a 4th, maybe a 2nd, whatever it is. Let's see what he does in the preseason.
Yeah, I just, it's no secret that AP wants a mobile QB. He wants a mobile QB, and he has Groot from the Avengers, a tall tree in the freaking, and I'm tired of the Raider fans making up a freaking, some fairy tale that if Aiden O'Connell was in this year's draft, he'd be in the 1st round. Are you serious? I can't unsee that man not complete a pass for 3 downs in Kansas City. For 3 quarters, I mean, not 3 downs. I can't unsee it. He's not good.
I think Gardner Minshew will be the starter.
Really?
With the Raiders, I think Gardner Minshew will be the starter. If Gardner Minshew starts, put it this way. If AOC wins the job, let's say, and he's the starter, and they start off 1-2, because looking at their schedule, I think when I first saw it, I thought 1-2. I don't remember who the 2nd or 3rd game is, but when I initially saw it, when I first saw it, I said 1-2. But let's see what it is. I think the Raiders win 9-10, and I think Minshew will be the starter.
Ryan Holmes says, what is it in Rafa Cigar? 9 wins for the Raiders. What the?
I'm just telling you, man. I like the defense, and I don't think I like the coach. I don't dislike him the way that CJ or that Luke doesn't like him.
Here's the thing. This is the best roster they've had in probably 12 years with the most depth. I love the roster. I like the coach. I like the defensive coordinator. But this is an NFL league where you need a quarterback to win. This is not the Trent Dilfer years.
Let me cut you off real quick. By the way, if you guys can, Kyrie's starting to cook, just so you know. Anyways, go ahead.
No, that's my feelings. I hope you're right about Minshew. Every Raider fan, no matter who they put at quarterback at the beginning of the season, they're like, this guy's going to be incredible. He's going to have a huge leap this year. Like, what gives you, because he threw in OTAs, they showed a highlight where, they drop back and throw it into net with the squares. He got 2 in a row, and Raider fans are losing their mind. Like, he's going to be amazing this year.
Nah, it's going to be Minshew.
I hope so.
It's going to be Minshew. What do we got?
Before we start to the schedule, Will Hanley says, love the show, guys. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Shout out, Will. All right, week 1 for the Raiders at the Chargers.
I think they lose that.
Didn't you?
I gave them a loss. I think they split.
Week 2 at Baltimore.
Yeah, that's a loss. That's 1,000%.
Week 3, first home game, they play the Panthers.
Oh, that's a win. Yeah, 1-2.
Better be.
Oh, by the way, I don't think I said it, but their over-under is 6.5.
The Raiders?
And the over is juiced.
Are you kidding? Oh, my God.
They hate the quarterback.
This might be this is also free money here.
That's what I'm saying.
I like the Raiders 6.5. You don't like the Raiders 6.5?
I said that's.
Are you kidding? Money. I like the Raiders at least 9 wins. Let's do it.
If you want to up your credit score, take out a loan, place it on the over 6.5, and boom, up 50.
Rocket Mortgage, new sponsor.
All right, so Raiders start at 1-2. What do we got week 4?
Week 4, home against the Browns.
I think they're gonna win that game.
Week 5 at Denver.
Win.
Dub.
Week 6, by the way, this is the highest average price ticketed game. Week 6, home against the Steelers.
Oh, that
Man,
it's
dude.
in Vegas.
It's
Yes.
in
Dude,
Vegas.
Dude, it's gonna look like Pittsburgh. Guys are gonna be eating hoagies and burning steel in Vegas.
I'm gonna give that game to the Raiders, dude. And I'm gonna give that game to the Raiders. And that's gonna be an ugly game.
Look, what do you think about that?
We all remember last year, right? Oh, the Raiders are gonna beat the Steelers. Raiders are gonna beat the Steelers.
Well, they've been
Wasn't
very
that
good.
Christmas?
That was 2
we
years
played.
ago.
We played you guys last year where he had to wear the helmet after.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this one to the Raiders, but let's go on. That's a 50-50 for me
I would just like to point out this is the first game Rafa's given to a team
against the
Steelers.
Steelers. Yeah.
Week 7 at the Rams.
I think they lose that game.
Week 8 home against the Chiefs.
Loss.
Week 10 at Cincinnati.
Loss.
Week 10 they got to bye. Then they go to Miami.
They never play well
What week is that?
in
Week 11.
the East.
After their bye?
Yeah.
I think they can win that game.
Okay.
Week 12 home against Denver.
Win.
Week 13 at Kansas City.
Loss.
Week 14 at Tampa.
Man, I think they can win that game, man.
Week 15 home against Atlanta.
I think they win that.
Week
Ooh.
16 home against Jacksonville.
Oh man. Damn, I'm gonna give them a loss. I really am. I think the Jacks are gonna be better than what we think.
Week 17 greatly timed game at New Orleans against Derek Carr.
I think they win that game.
Carl won't even be in the freaking league in 7.
I think they win that game.
That's just hype, man. He's still gonna be starting.
Yeah, he is. A lot of money.
Week 18 home against the Chargers.
We split, so home.
Yeah,
that's
I
a-
think they win
that's a
that.
win.
So what do you got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So
Bam!
9. So 9 or 10. That's what I thought. I'm sticking with my guns. 9 or 10 for the Raiders. Everybody knows I'm not a Raider fan at all. I just think the coach, their defense, they're going to be able. And if Gardner Minshew, I think he's going to start. I think by week 2 or week 3, I think he's starting. What a shot by Nas Reed. I think he's starting by week 3. I think if they start 0-2, I know it's the Ravens and at the Chargers, and
Yeah.
it's at the Chargers and at the Ravens. I think he's going to look so bad in that Ravens game that it's if AOC gets the job, I think that's going to be it. Like, dude, let's just try the other guy, which is kind of unfair because then you're going
Then you're
home.
going against the Panthers.
Then you're going home against the Panthers. But I think
think-
Gardner Minshew has to be your guy. Like, there's no way that he's not your guy. He's a better thrower. He's
Yeah.
better with his feet.
Yeah.
He's more experienced.
Little ass boy.
I told you I saw AOC the other day at the Win.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, he was in a full-blown tuxedo with
Yeah.
his girlfriend or his wife.
He was in a cop uniform.
No,
You
no,
you saw
he-
a cop.
he
That's what
walked-
he looks like
dude,
with his buzz
he-
cut and his mustache.
he walked
Yeah.
Does
right.
he not look
does-
like a
he
state
does-
trooper?
He does look. He actually looks like a Mexican dude who can't grow any facial hair. There's a lot of them out there. A lot of them out there. No offense to anyone, but I've seen it. My wife's family. There's a lot of Mexican dudes that can't
Yes.
grow facial hair.
That
But
kid
he
was-
walked by us, and I turned around and go, "Hey, that's AOC."
How
I was with my wife, and he
Yeah.
turns around. He goes, "Hey," like, yeah.
Did he do everything in slow motion?
well, I'm not quick, so by the time I turn around is when we probably move at the same speed.
So, did you guys see this yesterday? What the Raiders did? It wasn't a restructure. The Raiders went out, and I don't know if I've said this on the show, but I believe this with all my heart. The Raiders went out and gave a dude a raise. They gave him $6 extra million, and it's not a restructure. They added money to his contract.
it's a reward.
It's a reward. Now, my hot take is this, and I've said this, I'm not sure if I've said it on the show, that Max Crosby is and will be the best Raider of all time. I've never seen another dude that's not a quarterback, by the way, that is not a quarterback, change the whole identity and the whole vibe of a team. Max Crosby has done that for the Raiders.
I wish CJ had a mic.
Well, give him a mic.
You want to say
Dude,
something?
Talk-
all right.
talk
He
to
doesn't want
everyone.
to say anything. He doesn't want to say anything.
He has
He don't
whole
care about the Raiders.
he's changed the whole identity of the team.
Can I say the team was really, really bad, so there wasn't an identity, and this is the best player that you've had in 15 years? That's why.
There's
Can I
been-
say that?
Okay, there's
Or does that not count?
no.
Not
Devontae
15 years.
Adams,
We
very good player. Devontae,
He's not a Raider.
No. Well, he is now.
He's not a Raider. Like the shit is over and he hangs it up. His helmet is a Green Bay Packer helmet. He'll never be
Yeah,
a Raider.
no.
Max Crosby is a Raider. The 15 years or 20 years prior to this, you've had no one who's been relevant in the league.
Khalil Mack.
What?
They've had
Khalil
players. They've had
Khalil
players.
Mack what? And when you,
You
had to
said
pay him,
we
what
didn't
happened? And when you had to pay him, what happened?
No,
that
but
man
you
was in the
said-
league for 4 years.
You said that we had no
on your team for
relevant
4
players.
years. Yeah, and he
Yeah,
was
he was
gone.
there.
So it's you can't even consider him a Raider.
My
Many-
point.
I see Khalil Mack. I see Chicago Bears.
My point is this:
I'm just telling you.
he
No.
Got paid.
for being a non-quarterback, Max Crosby has just really changed everything in that freaking locker room, in that organization.
The people love him. The team loves him. That's what you're
and
saying.
it's and he will be when it's all said and done. I do believe he has to win, and it's very hard to do not being the quarterback. But I
don't
when
think so.
all said is, when it's all said and done, Max Crosby will be the best Raider of all time. That's it. Case closed. Show's over. Everyone go home.
I don't believe that.
Really?
I think he's going to be the best Raider. I think he's going to be the best player to wear a Raider uniform. I don't think he will be the best Raider. Like when you go down the list of players who
Wait, can
wore
you
a Raider
explain-
uniform.
Can you explain the difference?
Charles Woodson.
All right, let's say I know all the you Laker fans are going to hate this, but the best player to ever wear a Laker uniform is LeBron James. But he's
Oh,
not the
here
best
we
Laker
go.
ever. I'm sorry to tell you.
Oh, I get what
Kobe,
you're
you
trying
see
to
what I'm
say.
saying?
Okay.
So Kobe Bryant is a phenomenal Laker, but he's not the best Laker ever. Magic is the best Laker ever. That's what I'm saying. Like the best Dodger ever is Tommy Lasorda, and he was a fucking manager.
So then, right now, who would you say is the best Raider to put on a Raider uniform?
Probably recognizable and whatever.
Oh,
It's probably,
Jerry Rice. Never mind.
It's not Jerry Rice. Oh, to wear the uniform? Yes.
Oh,
To wear the uniform. But as
Yeah.
an actual Raider, you'd probably have to look at Howie
Howie
Long.
Long, Charles
Right.
Woodson,
Right.
Kenny Stabler, those legends guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, legendary players that played
Yeah.
on your team and are famous for being on your team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice is a Niner. Devontae Adams is that. So that's what it is. I just don't think if Max Crosby doesn't win anything, well, he's on the team, and like you said, it's hard. But Howie Long is a better Raider overall, all time, I think. But Raider. I'm not talking about player. Max Crosby can have a phenomenal
right
fucking
now.
3-4
Maybe right
years
now.
coming up. He'll be probably the best player to wear the uniform.
Howie Long was great, but Howie Long was great on very good Raider teams. Max Crosby, he changes the whole vibe. Like he's gonna get after you if you're not freaking working hard. Everyone's afraid of that.
Yeah, no. I see it.
Yeah,
I see it.
yeah.
His face is all over the place in Vegas.